Hello and welcome to your astrological vibrations for Tuesday, January 10th, 2017 by Gaia Blooming. I am Mimi and our energy mantra for today is the universe nurtures my light and my roots. Today we have the sun at 20 degrees and I've got to tell you, I think this theme of nurturing is going to be really important for this week. We are building into a grand cardinal cross, which can be intense energy, and it's got some pretty potent planets that are, working in and through this energy. It's part of this full moon, so the moon is growing into her fullness in Cancer, opposing the sun in Capricorn. Pluto's hanging out near there within an orb of that energy, so Pluto is feeding into this. And then we've got Jupiter and Uranus, holding the energies of Libra and Aries. So this grand cardinal cross, I've been talking about this, how it pulls. There's these oppositions, there are the squares, which brings up our inner resistance, and so it can feel like you're being stretched in all these different directions, and you are being stretched, and being stretched is a good thing. However, even as you're being stretched, the universe is asking you not to come out of your roots, like to stay rooted in yourself, to stay grounded in your center, to stay grounded in your light. And the universe is saying, hey, this stretching, this is meant to nurture your light. This is meant to help you show up in a greater way. And it reminds me of, the quote, like, the tree has, deep roots. There's no need to fear the storm. So it's just keep coming back, into yourself. And then there's another quote by Dolly Parton, which is like, the tougher the storm, me paraphrasing, but the deeper your roots will go. So these storms, this energy, this intensity that may be feeling like it's pulling you off of your center is helping you ground even further into who you are. Speaking of trees, I've totally got a tree card. So, we're vibing with this energy. So today, as we build up into this energy, sun at 20 degrees, nurture, holding the space for yourself, taking care of yourself, and just developing those roots. Those roots are when you're true to yourself and you know who you are. And I just posted a song that says, like, strong and wise and you are love. And this is what we're being birthed into through this process. So, the moon is in Gemini, which brings in the mental energy. The mental, this is the leaves. So, don't just stay up here with the leaves blowing in the breeze. Make sure that you're at the same time coming on into your body and holding this energy. So this moon in Gemini is actually meeting up with Jupiter at 22 degrees, preparing us for this cross, which is happening at 22 degrees, master number, so it's pushing us into our mastery, evolution, revolution number, so helping us shake off the dead leaves, so to speak. So as the moon meets with this energy, moon in Gemini, how are you thinking thoughts of self-love? How are you thinking thoughts that are evolving and nurturing this process for you? Because Jupiter in Libra wants us to nurture this self-love energy. The moon is then also going to oppose Saturn, also at 22 degrees. The universe has got our back in this energy. Saturn in Sagittarius, which is helping us shift old beliefs. And some of these old beliefs may be some of those things, those memes that are still in your head about who you think you are, or who others have told you that you are. And meanwhile, you're like, but this light inside me tells me I'm this other thing. And so this energy, may be kind of pulling you. It's an opposition. It may be kind of pulling you so you can find these old memes, these old things in your head and start shifting them, start evolving them. Okay, at this time, me thinking that I was this thing, me believing that I was this thing may have served me, but now I recognize my light is so much bigger than this thing. So really getting into that energy and working with that evolution, revolution energy to shift it. The moon, before it shifts into Cancer, taking us closer to that full moon energy, the moon is also going to meet with Mercury. So Mercury is also opposing this energy. And again, that opposition, that's like that bow and arrow. I love this. I need to go shoot arrows at targets because I just want to do this every day. But it's 29 degrees, master level degree. So we've got the 22s and the 29s pushing us into our mastery. And it's like, where is your focus going to be? Are you going to keep focusing on all those things that your mind keeps telling you that others think about you? You're not enough, or you're not a master at this, or blah, blah, blah. All those different things that can come up in your mind. Or are you going to take aim with your light to the light? To the light that you're moving into. This is going to be important with the full moon, because as the full moon comes, the Mercury, the Mercury is going to shift into Capricorn as well, and that's going to be on Thursday. Thursday is going to be an interesting astro day this week, but Wednesday is going to be too as we build into this. But it's going to shift, so we really want to be clear with our aim, which is why we're evolving and shedding, releasing, liberating ourselves from these old thoughts. Also helping us in this, because the universe so has our back as we ground in our roots and find our light. We also have the sun squaring Uranus today. So that square is resistance. And you may find resistance between the old paradigm of who you are and the new energy with what you're moving into. You may find resistance between what you think you should think and how you are being asked to be, what your true light, what your true I am energy is. This square is happening at 20 degrees. Here's where we get back into that 20-degree energy of nurturing. So this is your opportunity to nurture yourself into being, nurture your I am into being, nurture your light into its fruition, nurturing your light into its place in the galaxy. Here's the existence card, and here you are just showing up as you. And this is the magician card in traditional tarot. So this is pure magical energy. However, you may feel that resistance. That resistance is serving you. That resistance is showing you where you're still holding this old paradigm and where you can make this shift, where you can make this revolution, evolution energy. Strong and wise, and you are love. That's important. Okay, so the moon is then going to shift into Cancer, and this is going to start bringing up the feels. Moon into Cancer, bringing up the fields, building into this full moon is also helping. You know, feeling the feels, the only way out is through. Going into what you're feeling will tell you where you're at in any given process. And I really like what Abraham says about feeling things. It's like, if you're feeling bad, okay, notice that feeling, notice where it is, and recognize you're feeling bad because you're moving in this direction, and the universe wants to take you in this direction. Moving to the feeling of yum, moving into the feeling of this feels better. That's the direction we ultimately want to go in. But sometimes we have to process this, it doesn't feel good, to recognize the light within us, to build these deeper roots. So we're not afraid when the storms come up, because we know who we are. We're rooted and grounded in who we are. So this may be an important process of this shedding over the next few days. Be with yourself through these processes. It's not a catastrophe to feel. Sometimes it feels like one. Sometimes it can feel like that tower card. Everything's falling down around you when you're feeling. And then you move through it and you're like, okay, I can breathe. It's the calm after the storm. So keep moving through and with this energy. Finally, Mars. Mars is connecting to Pluto. So Mars in Pisces is connecting to Pluto. Mars, this desire energy. And with this connection, it's a sextile. So Mars and Pluto are working together with your desires to move forward. However, just the same, with this emotional energy coming up, with the Pluto destruction energy that can come, Pluto, that darkest dark, the lightest light, you may feel like you're not getting to move in the direction of your desire. I have such good cards. I have the slow down card. And this to me is like, the universe is not saying no, it's saying slow down. It's saying tend to yourself. Tend to your own personal vision. Everything is coming about in sacred divine timing. Mars in Pisces, sacred divine timing. But there's still a little shift. There's some structure changes that need to be made within yourself. Pluto at 17 degrees, that is an 8. How are you showing up for yourself in your own structure change? So this may be where some of this sorrow comes up, because you think that you're not going to get this thing that you want, and you're like, but it feels so destined. The universe is like, feel the feels, and then come back into your rootedness. You're still moving in that direction. Keep taking that aim. This astro is working in such a fabulous way with us. We've just got to slow down, be present with ourselves. That's over and over. Present with yourself. I've also got card of pure potentiality, the nothingness card. And in traditional tarot, this is the Hierophant card. I just read something really interesting about it. And it said, what is it? That the Hierophant is a revealer of the sacred. There is much sacredness in this moment, in this storm, in this coming into being energy. So really, hold space with yourself. Recognize yourself as both the divine child and the student in this energy. And the universe is teaching you, holding you by the hand, helping you in this energy. The light attributes hold your innocence, your purity, the redemption. You have a special connection with the divine. And the student, the light attributes, humility and devotion to knowledge, continuing opening up to the fact there's so much more beyond what we think we know. So don't get caught up in, I already know what's happened. Don't get caught up in the mind tricks. I love the Rumi. If you could forget your tricks and cleverness, that would be the cleverest trick. Out of the mind, into the light, into your roots. I also have a special card that I think will speak to many people. The Ace of Wands. I pulled a fairy tale tarot card. Magnificent soul potential in form of a butterfly is being unveiled by the two fairies. The fairies were known as the mothers, so here we have the mothers nurturing ourselves into these places with our wings. The fairies are liberating the spiritual quality of humanity, the connection between the soul and the butterfly. It stems from the belief that the human soul becomes a butterfly while searching for new incarnations. The process of transformation is extremely powerful in our lives as we search for a broad understanding of the now and the future and a gentle surrender to the past. We emerge from old wounds and take on new colors and new wings of hope. The butterfly is released into light and offered new conscious awareness. This may be well happening in your life right now. The butterfly is also an essential emblem of love, suggesting a wedding of souls. I know some of you are going to feel this. This winged gift is a reminder to you today that love, soul unity, and art are fluttering into your life. An inspired rebirth is taking place. It's time to reveal your true colors. The flight has begun. So, soul unity. It starts in you. Those two trees, that friendliness card, it's all starting in you. Ground in your light. And then watch the magic happen. So that's it for today. It was a long one, but it's a lot that we're building into, and I just wanted to give you that. And I've got a cute little cat playing behind me, but right behind me, oh, look at those eyes. But that's it for today. I still have my reading still up. I've decided I'm keeping it up through the full moon. So with the full moon, I'm going to take it down and shift my prices. So now, between now and Thursday is the time to book or email me if you want any help with payment plans. So that's it for today. Namaste.